In this video, I have a 2003 Trailblazer. We're doing front control arms on it. Anything from a 2002 to 2009, it's exact same procedure. So let me show you where you jack it up. I'm putting a jack stand here on the front rail and a jack here. And you can also throw the wheel, the tire underneath once you take it off. So let's begin. Pop this cap off. This cap only goes one way. So the valve is pointing over here. These are 3/4 inch. This is an 18 millimeter here on the end link. You put in a wrench to hold it. Also put some butter sauce all over the bolts and nuts that you can take off. This is also 18 millimeter. Tie rod is a 21 millimeter. Alright, so we turn the wheel to the left. This is the passenger side. Now we're going to whack that bitch right there on the spindle. And that thing's going to pop loose. So whack it like it owes you money. Ta-da. I'm going to pop the spindle off. That's a 36 millimeter. Also put some lube in here. Now you can put the nut back on and start whacking it away so you could free the axle shaft from the hub, or you could just hit it over here with an air hammer. That's good. That's a 15 millimeter nut. Pop that loose. Pop the ABS wire off the control arm, you just grab it and you pop it out like that. Now on the bottom of the control arm, that's the bottom part of the shock where it mounts onto the control arm. It's 24 millimeter, so take that off. We got a pry bar back here. We're prying it this way. I'm gonna hit it over here with my BFH. There you go. Lower ball joint over here on the control arm, also 24 millimeter. And we're going to leave a couple threads in. Knock this over here to break the bottom ball joint loose. Good. We're going to put a pry bar here. And we're pressing up on this. We squirted some butter sauce in here, and now I'm going to whack it here to break that ball joint free. So we did here, remember I left this couple threads in? That's so it could catch the whole spindle. I'm going to thread this out, then I got a block of wood here. I'm just going to take the whole thing and rest it on the block of wood. So go ahead and do that now.
Six years later.
And let's see. You gotta knock this in while you're taking this whole thing out. Yep. That's it. That's all. Now when you put this control arm in, you see these holes are slotted over here. That's so you could do a camber adjustment on this, back and forth. And if you're just putting this control arm in, without this bracket, you don't need a wheel alignment. But if you're putting this whole assembly in, you need a wheel alignment. To get in the ballpark, I'll show you on the car what I do. I measure the distance of these bolts to the frame of the car. Alright, now when you do the control arms in this car, you must get a wheel alignment. Now to get it in the ballpark, what I do here is I put the measuring tape against this bracket over here, and I see where the end of this bolt is. It's about 2¼ inches away from that bracket, the end over here. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side. Then when I slide this back in, I'm gonna try to put it in the same ballpark and bring it in for wheel alignment. There's 3 21mm bolts. Take those off. Okay, now we're gonna take this whole control arm out. Pry that out of the way. Use a pry bar down here to move this out. Now put a pry bar and grab that lip over here and just pry it forward. These are rusted in there. Just gotta work it. Damn New York and its rust. There you go. Whew. Spray some clown juice in here so the new one could go in easily. This is the control I'm putting in. It's a Moog RK620309 front right lower control arm. Slide this bad boy in. Pop this in to hold it up. Now I'm gonna put the bolts in. The 2 thicker ones go over here on the left side and the thinner one goes in the front. I'm just gonna figure tighten them and leave it loose so I could do the adjustment of where I measured the bolts to the frame over there. So I have a 21mm in here and a 19 over here. I'm going to tighten this before we adjust the control arm. So go ahead and do that. Okay, this is supposed to be tight on here. So we put a little breaker bar and you're gonna see if we can turn it by hand. Sometimes the control arm shackle over here, from the factory, it comes a little too wide. So this one, we had that issue on the other side. So we're just gonna go make sure this one's tight. So we're gonna go ahead with the breaker bar now. Yeah, that should be good. All right, we're good. Now do the other side. Good. And that's good. Now everything's loose. I'm just going to push this and put it down to 2 1/4, the end of the bolt here, and tighten it down. So it's about there. Alright, so I put this where it's supposed to be, tightened down a little bit. And we also put the other side where it's supposed to be. And now I'll go ahead and tighten this down. Alright, pry this down the sway bar and push this in. take the protective cap off. You're gonna put the spindle on and they catch it with the nut underneath. Couple threads, that's good. Now we'll put the upper ball joint in. So putting some tension on this because the ball joint's spinning inside. Go ahead. And that's how you change the control arm on a Trailblazer. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like me, and share me. See ya.